Good morning. Thanks for joining me today. Today's going to be a full body reformer flow. The only prop we're going to be using today is the ball. So once you're ready, I am starting out on 3 heavy springs, which are 3 red springs on my balanced body. But of course, you can do a little bit lighter or a little bit heavier. The choice is yours. Once you're ready, you're going to go ahead, take your ball, put your head rest in whatever position you feel is comfortable, and go ahead, lie down and settle yourself into that carriage. You're going to go ahead, you're going to take that ball, you're going to place it in between your inner thighs, just not at the knee joint, so a little bit above the knee joint. You're going to find your heels on that bar. Your abs are going to be drawn in towards your spine. Feet are flexed towards your nose. You're going to begin with your Pilates breath, taking a nice deep inhale. Exhaling all of that air out. 2 more breaths here. On this next one, when you begin exhaling, I want you to flex those toes and push yourself off that foot bar with a gentle squeeze into that ball, and then resist yourself coming in. Remember, so just taking a moment, seeing how you feel this morning. Just warming everything up, getting ready to work. Remember, squeeze at the top of those knees, squeeze up and lift those quads, resist it in. Last 3 here. On that last one here, you're going to come all the way into that bumper and dock that carriage. From here, you're going to squeeze those glutes, squeeze that ball, lift your hips into a tiny bit of hover, keep those feet flexed, and push yourself out. So again, even if your headrest is up, our hips are not higher than our heart, so our head is fine. So you're just hovering that carriage mat. Again, if this is too much in the glutes, by all means, put that bottom down and just do your regular bend and stretch. We have 3 more here, keeping those abs in, keeping that upper back planted into that carriage. Shoulder blades are open. Last one here, you're going to come all the way into that carriage, into that bumper, bring that bottom down. You're going to slide the balls of the feet to where the heels were. Lift those heels, take an inhale, draw that navel in, and extend yourself out. Now here, drop those heels underneath that foot bar for a calf stretch. Lift up on those balls and bend those knees. So dropping the heels every time you press out, squeezing that ball, lifting the heels and coming in. Last 3 here. This will be your last one. When you come up onto the balls of those feet, bend those knees, bring that carriage home. From here, you're going to go ahead. You're going to lift those hips to a hover. Now from here, I want you to straighten those legs. If you can drop those heels in the hover, please do. If not, just go bend and press like we did before without dropping the heels. I find some of my clients can do the bend and press with the heels and some of them cannot. So you do you, and whatever works for you is what's proper for your body right now. Last two. Just building up the heat a little bit more. Last one. When you bend your knees all the way in, place that bottom down and go ahead, give yourself a moment here. We're going to take that ball out between our knees and we are going to place it in between our heels. If that is too much, you can place it in between your ankles. I am going to use it in between my heels. I am going to put the balls of the feet back on the bar, but this time I'm externally rotated into that first position. My heels are pushing into that ball. From here, coming into that high half toe position, take an inhale, bottom is down, extend, and bring it in. So just pushing those heels into that Pilates ball, activating that inner line. Keeping those abs drawn in. Your upper body is pressing down, shoulder blades are open. Last two, and then we're going to try that hover here. On this last one, bring that carriage all the way home. Beautiful. Draw those abs in, lift those hips just a tiny bit to a hover. Really push those heels into that ball. And from here, extend it out. We're going for 8. You do them at your pace. If you need to take a break, take a break. Again, if this hover is too much, keep your bottom down. I have 3 more. Wherever you are, keep yourself honest. On that last one, I'm going to come in, put my bottom down, take that ball out, and bring my knees to my chest for a moment and roll those ankles. I'm going to extend those legs out and just flex and point my feet. Definitely feeling the heat there. All right, so once you're ready, we're going to go ahead, bring those shoulders back away from those shoulder blocks a little bit. Headrest can be any way you want. You're going to take that ball, you're popping it back in between your knees. You're going to go ahead, grab your pegs or your shoulder blocks behind you. Now think about opening up those collarbones before you even pick those legs up to tabletop. Draw that navel in, and from here, find those legs into tabletop. Now from here, I want gentle squeeze on that ball. I want you to drop your knees towards the left and only drop them as far as you can where that right shoulder will stay down. Beautiful. Bringing those feet back up to center, using those obliques and those abs to draw yourself back up. Now you're going to drop them to the left. My right. I'm trying to keep that left shoulder down, bringing them back to center. I like to inhale as I'm taking my legs away from my body and exhale as I scoop back up. So again, just think about the stretch. You're using your obliques to bring everything back to center and your abs. But right now, this is more about the spine twist and trying to keep those collarbones open for your mobility. And every day is different. One day you may go a lot further than the next. Last two. We'll do one more to each side after this one. Beautiful. When your legs come back up to center, hold them there. From here, stabilize yourself, squeeze that ball, release those head rests, and from here, bring those arms up to the clouds. Now from here, I want you to bring that tailbone into that neutral position, draw those abs in, keep that tailbone heavy as you tuck your chin towards your chest, and you curl yourself up. Try to reach for that foot bar and bring yourself down. Now you're trying to keep this tailbone heavy and just curl from your waistline. Last two, and then we're going to hold it up. On this next one, when you curl yourself up, I want you to reach for that foot bar, reach it long. Little pumps, just pump those arms, breathe it out. Pump, squeeze that ball. I want you to take an inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Two more sets. Last set. On that last one, hold it. Inhale and bring it all down as you exhale. Beautiful. Bring your knees to that foot bar. Drop your knees from side to side. All right, we can keep the ball right where it is. If you have your head rest up, please go ahead and knock it down, coming into our bridging section here. So from here, you're going to find your heels on that bar. Ball is in between your knees. From here, you're going to gently squeeze that ball. I want you to tuck that pelvis towards your nose. I want you to articulate, squeeze those glutes, squeeze that ball as you articulate yourself up, trying to keep that carriage quiet. Take a nice deep inhale at the top and slowly articulate from the top of your shoulder blades, coming all the way down, rolling one vertebrae at a time, pushing into that carriage mat as you roll that spine down. Find that neutral pelvis, tuck that pelvis back towards your nose, and roll yourself back up. Take your time here, do what's comfortable for you. Squeezing that ball, just light tension, just trying to keep your legs stable as you roll your spine on up. The more you think about it, the more the shake happens. Last one here, we're going to roll ourselves up, we're going to hold it up. Now, once you get up to the top, hold it there. Make sure that your hips are in line with your knees. Squeeze those glutes. And I want you to drop down 2 inches and squeeze it up. Try to keep those collar blades, those shoulder blades open, those collarbones wide, pressing down into that carriage mat. Shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze those glutes as you lift. Try to release them on the way down. Last 4. For 2. On this last one, hold those hips up high. Slowly articulate it down. Rolling through that spine one final time. Beautiful. And once you come back to that neutral spine, go ahead, take that ball out. Drop your knees from side to side. All right, we are going to be coming up for a spring change. So from here, you can slowly come on up for a roll up. We are going to be changing our springs to one red, one blue. So I am taking off 2 of my reds and adding a blue on. So that is a heavy and a medium, sorry. I am grabbing my headrest. Your headrest can be adjusted any way you want. We are taking the ball with us as well, but we are going to lie down first and grab the straps, put them in our hands. And then from here, we're going to lift our booties and stick the ball underneath our tailbone. Now, if you like your headrest down here, by all means, keep it down because your hips are almost higher, but you are in an imprinted spine more so. So it is safer for you. But my pillow is cervical traction, so it's safe here. So from here, you're going to bring your hands in up to the clouds. I am going to use my short loops here. So from here, like I said, you can be in an imprinted spine, which your knees are closer to your chest, which is perfectly fine. Or you can come into a little bit more work with, which is your neutral spine, a lot more abs going on here. All right, so you choose you, move in and out of them if you need to. From here, when you're ready, hands are up to the clouds, fingers are long. You're going to press those arms down to your waist and resist them up. So again, if you don't have a ball or you don't like this ball underneath your tailbone, by all means, remove it. This is your workout, just giving you options. Last 3. On this next one, when your hands come up to the clouds, I want you to hold them there. We're going to go in for single leg stretch here with our hands to the clouds. If this becomes too difficult, put your hands by your sides. From here, when you're ready, your right leg comes out, pull it back to center. Left leg out, pull it back to center. Alternate from side to side, trying to stabilize, keeping everything quiet. Your obliques are pulling that leg back in. So think about drawing your abs in, pulling back, pull that leg back with your ab muscle. Yes, your oblique muscle. Last 2. Last 1. Beautiful. When you're ready, bring your hands down to the sides. Tuck those elbows in, legs are in table, back to a tricep press. Fingers are long. Shoulders are trying to stay open on that carriage mat and away from your ears. Navel is drawn to your spine, and you're squeezing that energy between your legs. Last one here, and then you have the option, you keep your hands long. For a more difficult option, your hands come up into that tricep press position. Now, you can do single leg, where one leg comes out, and pull it back. If you want a little bit more of a difficult option, you're going to extend both legs out and pull them back. So working on the control here. Last 3. Next time your legs come to table, hold them there. Bring the arms back by your hips. From here, arms coming out to the T, opening up to the clouds and bringing them back down. Opening them out to the T, closing them back to the clouds, and bringing your hands back to your hips. Last two in this direction. Next time your hands come up to the clouds, hold them there. From here, I want you to open the arms out to a T. Just hold them at that T. Now from here, single leg stretch on this one. Keeping those arms open to the T. Keep those shoulders in. Oh, just lost my balance there. Draw those abs deep into the spine, holding that corset tight. Last one on each side. Beautiful. Bring those hands back to the hips. Now, open them out to the T, fold them up to the clouds, and push them down. Actually, we need to go the other way. So come back up to the clouds, open to the T, and sweep towards your hips. Yes. Hopefully I didn't mess you up. If I did, I'm sorry. Just reverse your motion. I got myself confused. Last three. That's why I like to change it up so the muscle memory doesn't kick in. When your arms come out to that T, hold them there. You have that option. You can do the single leg with your arms to that T, or you can try the harder option, both legs out and pull them in. Keeping those abs in, the shake is real here. Last two. Last one, sweep those arms in, fold them up to the clouds, safely find your feet to that foot bar, take that ball on out, and go ahead and put your straps away. Beautiful. Just take a moment, drop your knees from side to side. And then when you're ready, we will be coming up off our carriage. I am going to be coming up over to my right side, so I am facing you for this first set. We do not need our ball right at this moment, so just put your ball down by the foot bar. We are going to be taking off that heavy spring, so I am just leaving myself on one medium spring. I'm going to remove my headrest, don't need it for now. So the only thing we have here is our ball. All right, we are going to be taking up the strap that is closest to us, okay? First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this strap and we're going to put it on long loop on our foot. All right, so long loop is on the foot. Now I want you to angle your body towards your opposite riser. Your inside leg is pushing against the wood of the reformer or whatever your reformer bar. Now, hands are coming to your hips. This reformer wood is helping you balance. You're going to pick up the foot with the strap and you're going to push out for a donkey kick. Yeah, so you're trying to keep yourself lined up. You're using the rail to help stabilize you. And you're kicking behind you just for a donkey kick. Trying to control when you bend the knee back in. Squeeze the glute as you kick the leg behind you. Doesn't have to be high. Last 2. Beautiful. Press that foot down. Okay, now take a step back. Your carriage is away. We're going to take our hands and bring them to the shoulder blocks. Our inside leg that does not have that strap is coming down towards our carriage. We're coming into pendulums. So from here, you're going to take your leg, you're going to let it sweep forward, and then you're going to kick it back like you're standing on the foot bar. Beautiful. You're going to sweep it forward and sweep it back. Now draw these abs in. Point your elbows towards the foot bar and have a little bit of bend in those elbows. It keeps your shoulders lined up in the proper position. And think about keeping that gaze over the tip of your nose. We have 2 more here, and then we're going to do that same donkey kick that we just did on the floor. Next time your leg is back towards that foot bar, I want you to bend your knee in towards your chest and push it away. Keep those abs in. Remember that soft bend in those elbows. Gaze is over the tip of that nose. We're going for 4 more here in this set, and then we're going to combine the 2 for the last set. Last one here, keep that leg back. Now, sweep it forward, kick it back like you're standing on the foot bar, bend it in towards your chest, and push it away. Shoulders away, relax those elbows. So I know you're feeling it in the working leg, but I'm telling you that stabilizing leg is working way harder than that pushing leg. We have 3 more sets here. Last set. Beautiful. And from here, when that foot is long, slowly bring it up in front of you and step on the floor. You stand up and then slowly come up and take the strap off your foot. Beautiful. All right, we're coming into arm work from here. So I do have the shorter loop. Just be mindful, the closer you are, the easier it is. The further away you are, the harder it is, okay? So from here, we have our inside hands has that strap. Soft bends in those knees, abs are drawn in, tailbone is tucked ever so slightly. We're gonna do a row. So just a low row here with that inside arm. Make sure you adjust yourself correctly. Keep those shoulders down. No rotation of the spine here. I'm just rotating my wrist. I turn it inwards towards my waist, then turn it outwards as I let the carriage comes away. I just do it this way. I feel like my wrists they don't break, and I just get better movement this way. But again, this is just preference. Last 2 with a stable spine. And on this next one, when you rotate, I want you to rotate towards the foot bar. So look over that shoulder. Beautiful. Bring it in. Pull it and rotate. Soft bend in those knees. Abs are in. Shoulders are away, back and down. And if this is too much, just take the rotation out. Last 2. Beautiful. And slowly come on in. Excellent. All right, we can hang that strap up for a moment. Before we go over to the other side, we're going to take a brief break into the center. So you are going to need that ball here. And from here, I want you to be about 4 fingers away from the edge of your carriage mat. I do like a best way to do it is hands sideways. Now that ball is coming in between your knees. Now, if you feel like you need to choke up on your straps, by all means, you do what feels right. My straps are a little bit shorter. So from here, remember we're on a blue spring. We have not changed the spring, so be careful as you roll back. So from here, we're slowly going to tilt that pelvis towards our nose. Shoulders are back and down. You're going to articulate yourself down and slowly bring yourself back up. So you're just holding, squeezing that ball, just stabilizing your lower body. So super light carriage here. Your abs are really having to work. The only thing that's moving this carriage is my pelvis and my abs as I'm rolling back down and articulating myself back up. My arms are just stabilizing myself here. I am going to choke up a little bit. I'm inching my way up because we're going to come into bicep curls in 2 more roll downs. Feeling my heart rate up from that arm work and leg work before, which is a great thing. On this last one, we're going to tilt ourselves back. Make sure those collarbones are open wide. Now you're going to bend your hands towards your nose, resist it down. Stay in that curved spine, that C-spine. Light carriage here, so you got to do a lot of ab work to stabilize yourself. If you find that this is not enough, you can always bring your feet up to the shoulder blocks and make it a little more difficult. Last 2. On that next one, when those arms come long, keep them there and slowly roll yourself back up. Beautiful. All right, I'm putting my feet back down because we're going into a different move. I don't like to start with my feet up high. All right, from here, slowly roll yourself down into that C curve. Hold it there. Now squeeze that ball. You're going to take your left hand, bring it down towards the floor. Your right hand comes up. Your gaze goes down towards the hand that's on the floor. Hands come together and you switch. Beautiful. Hands together and switch. Gaze always goes down to the hand on the floor. Remember, this is a light carriage, so if you're having difficulty, add another light spring on. Gives you a little bit more support. And if this isn't enough, bring your feet up to the shoulder blocks. Try not to fall though. Last 2. Last 1. Bring those arms together and slowly sit yourself back up. All right, so from here, one last move. This time I want you to sit up nice and tall, squeezing that ball. I'm going to bring that ball in between the knees here. Now you have a straight spine. So now I have the short loops. I am going to hinge my spine over, and I'm going to sweep my hands behind my body and resist it forward. So think about that spine being long, those shoulders away from your ears, your gaze is over the tip of your nose, and you're just sweeping those hands behind you opening up those back muscles. Last two. We have one more thing to do here. Next time your hands are back, I want you to make little ovals with your hands. Teardrops, ovals, whatever you want to call them. Last three in this direction. Beautiful. Relax those shoulders. Reverse them to the other way. Movement is small. Three, two, and one. Beautiful. Bring those arms forward and relax that spine for a moment. Straighten those legs out in front of you. Bend yourself over. All right, you can take that ball. We don't need it for right now. From here, you can slowly come up on this side. All right, so you're taking your inside, you're going to step on your strap with your outside foot. Okay? Now, your inside foot is what goes up against the wood rail. Your outside foot, you're kind of angled to the corner. Okay, find your balance first. You're going to hinge just a little bit. And from here, you're going to kick that leg behind you, resist it forward. Last two. Beautiful. And on that last one, you can slowly bring it in. I have a lot of trouble with this hip. I could really feel it today. All right. So from here, our inside foot is coming down onto that carriage. You're going to go ahead, draw those abs in. Remember, soft bend in those elbows. Elbows are shooting back towards that foot bar. It puts your shoulders in the right position. From here, pendulum kick. Stand on that foot bar. Draw those abs in. You're sweeping that leg forward and kicking it back. Last two, and then we're going into that same donkey kick we did before. Soft bend in those elbows, keep everything tight, core is engaged, gaze is over the tip of the nose. Next time the foot comes up, you're bending it towards your chest, stamping that foot on the wall behind you. Last two, and then we're combining for the last set. On this next one, kick that leg long, sweep it back, bend it in, and step on the floor. Beautiful. Keep those abs in, shoulders away from those ears. Stabilizing legs should be starting to talk. Last three sets. On this last one, when that leg comes forward, go ahead, stand safely onto the floor. Bring that other leg off the carriage and slowly let the carriage come home. And you're going to pick up that strap with your hand. All right, I'm going to use my shorter strap, but I'm probably going to step back a little because this is my weaker arm. So from here, remember, soft bends in the knees. We're coming in with the stable spine for that low row. So from here, you're going to twist and turn the forearm if you choose. Otherwise, just low row it in this way. Remember, adjust yourself on the carriage if you need to. Moving up makes it a little bit easier. Moving back makes it a little bit harder. Last two, and then we're going to start adding that rotation. On this next one, pull, rotate towards the foot bar. I just moved my hip. Try to keep your hips square. Get the rotation from the waist. Take the gaze over the shoulder you're turning towards. Last three. Last one. Beautiful. Relax that arm and you can slowly hang that strap on up. All right, finishing here. We are coming, kneeling on our foot bar. Kneeling on our carriage, sorry. We are taking that ball, sticking it in between our knees. From here, we are taking that blue spring off and changing it into a red spring. All right, first thing we're going to do is your hands can come down to the platform or your hands can be on the foot bar. The choice is yours, okay? So I think for the first one, I'm going to come down to my knees because I like this position better. We're coming into knee hovers. So from here, you're going to squeeze that ball and you're just going to lift the knees and drop them down. Again, lift the knees, drop them down. Lift and drop. Last two. Last one. This one we're going to hold. Now, if you can, I want you to extend the legs out and pull them in. Extend them out. Pull them in. Last three. On this last one, slowly come down, drop those knees, and come into a child's pose. Excellent, almost done. From here, go ahead, add that blue spring onto that red. Have a seat on your carriage. I'm going to find my headrest. And from here, I'm just going to go ahead, lie down, and put my feet into those straps. All right, once you have those feet in those straps, you have two options with the ball. Actually, you have three options. First option, the ball comes in between the ankles. Second option, ball comes in between the thighs. Or the third option is you don't use the ball. Once you're ready, your feet are in parallel, you're going to begin lowering and lifting. Taking a moment here, tuning in back with your body, squeezing that ball ever so lightly, just activating that inner line. Last 2. Next time the feet come to 45, hold them there. From here, you're going to bend your knees towards your chest and push them away. Now be mindful when you're in feet and straps, depending on what you're doing, is whether you're going into that imprinted spine, which allows you to curl up and give yourself that lower back stretch, or you're staying in that neutral spine for the most effective ab work. So just as long as you know the difference, you do what feels right for you. I like them both. But on this next one, when our knees bend in, we're all going to come into that neutral spine. So that means our tailbone is heavy, our abs are drawn in. We're going to squeeze that ball, and all we're going to do is little pulses away. Don't have to be big. Just working in the center of that core here, just little pulses, pushing them away. For 4, 3, 2, last 1, bring those knees in. Now, if you have the option to put the ball between your heels like we did in the beginning, please do so. So now you're in a beautiful external rotation and you can really activate that back line here. So from here, squeeze those heels and lower and lift an external rotation. So again, whether you're staying in that imprint, coming all the way up for that stretch, or staying in that neutral to get that effective ab work, the choice is yours. Just know the difference. Last 2. Next time the feet come to 45 degrees, I want you to frog them in towards your chest and push them away. So yes, a little instability with those heels. Your goal is to try to stabilize them, squeeze those inner thighs together to stabilize that ball. I'm not doing a very good job today, but that's okay. Every day is different. To me, Pilates is for life, so I do it to keep me mobile, to keep me strong, and it does just that. Last 2 here. Now, this time when you come into that imprint, I want you to come into that neutral spine. Just stay there. Abs are drawn in, tailbone is heavy. Now little pulses at 2 inches out and back in. For 4, 3, 2, last 1. Extend those legs long. Bring those legs up to the clouds. You can open the legs, catch the ball, and just go ahead your lower and lifts. You can put the ball down onto the floor. Next time your feet come up to the clouds, I want you to start your circles coming out and around. Last 2 in this direction. Next time the feet come down to the bottom, you're going to open them out, swoop them around. So if you find that you need a moment in that straddle, feel free to take it. Last two. Next time your feet come up to the clouds, hold them there. Flex your toes towards your nose. Reach up, grab those straps. Give yourself a hamstring stretch. Slowly bend one knee in towards your chest. Bring one leg out for that straddle. Push down on that strap. Give yourself an inner thigh stretch here. Bring that leg up to center. Bring the other one up to meet it. And then switch. Bend the leg and straddle the other leg. Bring that half straddle back up to center. Extend both legs one final time. From here, find the soles of your feet together. You can slowly reach down into that butterfly stretch. You can go into that reclined butterfly if you choose. Take a few breaths here. And when you're ready, slowly bring those feet back up to the clouds. You can slowly take one strap off, find that foot bar, followed by the other foot. You can go ahead, take your straps, place them behind you, and slowly bring your carriage on in. Beautiful. We're slowly going to come up for off our carriage. I am going to take that red spring off, just leave my carriage on a medium spring. Bring my foot to that shoulder block, standing foot to the foot bar, and just go ahead and give yourself a lunge stretch here. You can slowly bring that carriage in, and again, give yourself one more stretch out. Bring that carriage in, and you can slowly drift yourself or climb over to the other side. Again, tucking my toe underneath the shoulder block, standing up proud and tall, drawing those abs in, shoulders are down. Carriage in, and one more time, drop the hip. Excellent, and slowly come all the way in. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this class, and please like, comment, and share, and thanks for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.